Hello and welcome to the official NoN-eSports channel. I am Cadoink, and today, spawning in the bottom right of Ohana, we have the red Protoss player representing Team NoN-eSports, NoNHaitii, and his opponent in the top left. Oh, his opponent, a dirty Zerg player, going for that 6 pool. He is the blue Zerg, Gexzore, or Gexzore. Definitely very BM, saying some pretty nasty things to NoNHaitii while 6-pooling. I don't know if this was like a best of 3 scenario, and I suspect if it was, NoNHaitii just completely wiped him in game number 1. If not, if they're just meeting on the ladder, then Gexzore is kind of BM and could be using it to make the 6-pool stronger by angering his opponent and making NoNHaitii nervous. But NoNHaitii is a Master League player. I don't think these sort of things will get to his head. We'll have to see if he sees the 6-pool. I imagine he'll get right in and he'll see it. It's a good thing that he scouted when he did. Some players will skip scouting, which is very, very bad in situations like this. So the probe is coming in at this time. He's going to see very little drones, and boom, 6-pool. He knows it's coming. He really does. So, a few things he needs to do. He's getting his Forge Fast expand up. It's going to be really hard to wall this off in time. So I would imagine he's going to put down a Forge, yeah, and then a pylon behind his mineral line so he can get up like a gateway and then a cannon in his mineral line. And that should be able to hold off the 6-pool pretty well. We have the 6 links coming out at this time, an Overlord about to pop so that Gexzore can make a few more. Lings will make it across the map before a cannon gets down, it looks like. The Forge is not finished yet, so he decided to get that gateway up. Very wise move. You really need some sort of attacking unit that's not probes. So I like that he's building a gateway, and then the next 150 minerals he has, he should put down a cannon like right now. There it goes. So Zergling's coming in at this time, kind of foolishly not trying to snipe any of this off. On one hand, your opponent won't be able to make any more cannons. On the other hand, his cannon might be able to finish, so kind of a plus and a minus to both. Looks like the Zerglings are going to be able to kill a few probes here. Looks like they've only killed 2 in total. Wrong tab. Oh, but it looks like they're going to get the cannon, and this is not very good for NoNHaitii. But NoNHaitii was able to kill the Zerglings while they were killing the cannon, so kind of defeats the purpose. I think he only killed 2. No, he killed 3 workers in total. So not exactly the most effective 6-pool yet. 2 more Lings on the way, as well as 6, 7, 8 coming as well. Zergling's going to be trying to do some damage. It looks like they want to get this pylon down, but NoNHaitii gets a Zealot out in time and forces them away, so they will have to wait for 8 more Lings or so. Things are getting very, very dicey here. The Zerglings are coming in at this time. Nice little probe attacking. The Zealot doesn't want to engage that many Zerglings. Probe's coming in as well. Just kind of a back and forth dance. Another cannon finally going down for NoNHaitii, as well as another Zealot is about to pop. Ooh, he's really trying to save that Zealot. Let's look at his health. I can't even click on him. His health is looking alright. He's not lost as much health as he should have. Probably could have kept it up a little bit. Tried to take some shield damage and then run some probes in front, take some shield damage, run some probes in front. But he was able to get his cannon, and it looks like he's going to be fine now, and he'll be able to transition into a normal game. These Zerglings will deny this Forge by killing this pylon, and so he won't be able to build any more cannons, but now that he has his gateway up, now that he has a cannon, he should be fine. The only thing Gexzore could really do at this time is put down a gas and try to get some Banelings. Looks like these Zealots are going to clean up these Lings quite easily. Second Zealot in the green, which is very, very good. Cybernetics Core finally going down at the 5-minute mark. Quite late, but, you know, what can you do? It's a 6-pool. You have to defend as hard as possible, and NoNHaitii is doing an excellent job. I really think he should just pull his Zealots back like he's doing and just kind of sit by this cannon, and the cannon should be able to do most of the work for him. And he can let the shields regenerate on both his Zealots, which will be quite nice. So it looks like we have some Lings coming in once again, trying to decide whether or not to attack. Gexzore is really committed to this, continuing to build 4 Lings at a time, something around there. Which, you know, is kind of risky. If your 6-pool does not work, then you really, really kind of want to try to transition. into something, especially if you're going to do an all-in like this. I feel like you really need to try to incorporate some banelings, but a lot of Zerglings are coming now. He is going to have to pull his Zealots back to the cannon, chrono boosting out that Warp Gate while getting a Stalker. Stalker's going to be very, very good as they can hide behind the probes and Zealots and shoot at these Zerglings. And actually, wow, a lot of Zerglings on the way. They're coming in. The cannon trying to do some work. He's moving the Zealots back, trying to get a good position. Great hold position by the probes, but a lot of probes going down at this time, and it looks like the Zealots are going to go down as well. Oh no, NoNHaitii in a lot of trouble here. The Zergling's killing a lot of the probes. He's running back and letting the cannon do some work. The Stalker's still not finished yet. He needs to chrono boost it. He has full energy on this thing. But NoNHaitii in a little bit of a stressful situation, not hitting his chrono boost. Needs to try to get out another Stalker if possible, but his minerals are so low. Chrono boosting out those probes to try to keep his count up again. It looks like these Zealots, the Stalker's doing a pretty good job. Trying to kill this Overlord, and Zergling's coming in doing some nice little shooting and then running away. And nice, putting down a gateway to further wall this off. This is going to be so helpful for NoNHaitii, as the Zerglings will only really be able to stream in from here and here. And if you can get him in those nice little chokes, it's going to be very, very nice. Forge going down, unfortunately. He was not able to power that back up, and uh-oh. This Overlord's going to go down, but at what cost? It looks like the Zerglings are coming in. He should be able to micro around him. The Zerglings aren't fast enough to catch the Stalker, but he is going to get us around, and now there are tons of drones in the mix as well. We see no drones in Gexzore's base, just a Queen. And this is very, very bad for NoNHaitii. With the drones here, they'll be able to do a lot more damage. He's going to try to wall off a little bit more with some pylons. Great, so less surface area on the cannon. Oh, and it looks like Gexzore's not going to be able to get through. He's going to lose a lot of probes. NoNHaitii is going to lose a lot of probes. But the surface area on this cannon is just absolutely terrible. Great. A force field going down, further shortening the surface area of the cannon. The cannon getting a lot of kills here, sitting about 22, 23, getting higher and higher. He was able to get that sentry out, but it did die, unfortunately. And so Gexzore is going to have to pull his drones back home. Uh-oh. Nexus being targeted by the Zerglings. I don't know if they're going to be able to kill it. The cannon cannot reach him. Will he be able to pop out a unit? Oh, fortunately for him, Warp Gate's just now finished, and I imagine 2 Zealots or 2 Stalkers will be able to deal with that. However, unfortunately, he's only at 3 supply, as he only has 3 probes. So, will he be able to get enough minerals in time? He warps in a sentry. Sentry trying to bait those Zerglings in so that they can get hit by the cannon. And these Zerglings will not be able to kill the Nexus in time, although there's some great micro by Gexzore. Just kind of pulling them back. A second sentry as well. Sentries are kind of the best choice in this situation. You can force field, like if some Zerglings get in here, you can force field here, trapping them, and force field here so they can't attack the cannon. So NoNHaitie's actually looking like he's in a pretty good position. It's 7 supply to 8. Zerg kind of in a little bit of favor, as I do believe he has more drones. Yes, he does have 6 drones to 3 probes, as well as a Queen. Queen continuing to inject so that there are quite a bit of larva. Actually, yeah, a good bit of larva for Gexzore. So Gexzore's kind of in a good position as well. Both players kind of put off. The good thing in NoNHaitie's favor is he does have some attack units, so he will be able to force field this ramp, especially if Gexzore tries to do another Zergling all-in or some sort of thing. He's continuing to produce Zerglings, which I think is kind of a foolish decision. I think he should just drone up as hard as he can, as he knows he basically got his opponent down to 2 supply at one point. So, and NoNHaitie's doing the right thing. NoNHaitii is chrono boosting out his probes as quickly as he can. He really wants to get his probe count up. Might want to get these pylons out of the way at some point or another, but that's not something he needs to worry about now. He doesn't have the minerals to do that and build more pylons. But he doesn't have the most efficient mining because of it. Can't really get to these mineral patches very efficiently. But he's just going to be continuing to chrono boost out his probes and continue to defend. Some Zerglings coming up, but force field going down immediately, not letting any of them in. So now we see that the Zerg player is trying to get up some gas, which I think is a wise decision on Gexzore's part. He's also going to be trying to spread his creep, and I imagine once he gets the opportunity, if he's decent, I should say, he will put down his hatchery and his natural. I don't think he's going to be going for another all-in. He knows that the sentries are there. NoNHaitii, on the other hand, kind of moving forward with his sentries, a little bit risky. Maybe he wants to pick off these two Zerglings, which he should be able to. Yes, he is going to go back and kill both of them. Very great job. So now there are no more Oh, I guess there's some army supply out on the map for Gexzore. Maybe the queen counts as it. I guess it would. That would make sense. And he's producing 8 more lings, which is very, very interesting. He knows that the sentries are there. The energy is high enough for them to have plenty of force fields. And so I can't imagine why he would try to do another attack. 3 sentries now, in fact, and a zealot. Probe count looking pretty healthy for NoNHaitii. See, it's at 15 to the 20 of Gexzore, so he's doing all right. You know, the income tab we see. Not too even, definitely in Gexzore's favor, but NoNHaitii should be fine, although I don't like this decision by NoNHaitii moving forward. He's going to see these Zerglings stream by, and he has to pull back now. In fact, he might lose a sentry and a zealot, which is very, very bad. He's going to try to kill some Zerglings, kind of force fields himself, which is interesting, and does force those lings back to wait for reinforcements. But I really, really think NoNHaitii should just pull back to his ramp. There's no point in defending here. He can just defend here and be just fine. Another sentry popping out at this time. And in fact, he's going to have to defend both this and these rocks, which are being destroyed. And NoNHaitii, being very ballsy, moving forward. Zergling speed is on its way. It's not quite done yet. So NoNHaitii might be able to make something happen here as the Zergling speed is not finished, and he sees that. He's going to be attacking these with some great force fields going down, forcing these links into a terrible, terrible situation. Zealot's doing a lot of damage as well as the sentries, and wow. He's going to kill all of these Zerglings without losing a single unit. NoNHaitii just incredible force fields right there. Doing some really, really great things. And more Zerglings on the way. He's going to maybe try to be able to kill these as well. Really does not want to lose those sentries. They're getting kind of low, but he is going to hold. And now he's got a nice little sizable army. We see 20 army supplied to the 8 of Gexzore. Gexzore in a lot of trouble. He has to build a spine crawler. As well as get more Zerglings if he's going to want to hold this little Zealot sentry force that's coming. Even a probe on the way. I think NoNHaitii really wants to do some damage now, knowing that he needs to hit his opponent's economy hard as, you know, it's 18, well actually, 18 drones to 19 probes. So NoNHaitii finally getting into the lead. Gexzore really should have taken this expansion instead of attacking with those Zerglings, as that was shut down pretty one-sidedly. And now he's paying the price, as he doesn't really have a high army supply, and he doesn't have a high drone count either. So, NoNHaitii moving forward with some zealots as well as some sentries, and a probe. Did put down a pylon a little bit further back. And we do have the spine crawler going down. Uh-oh, some Zerglings getting in, but some nice force fields are preventing the Zerglings from getting a good surface area on the sentries. Looks like this spine crawler is going to go down just about right before it was finished being made. And wow, great force fields, just completely keeping these Zerglings away from the sentries. This spine crawler going to die as well, and Gexzore might even lose his hatchery. If he had that a lot earlier and had some spine crawlers a lot earlier, as well as the Zerglings he just kind of threw away, this would be well defended. But you know, he's most likely going to lose his hatch. It's getting lower and lower and lower. Oh, and it's going to be very, very close as these roaches are just about to pop, and here pops the roaches right as the hatchery dies. Looks like he will be able to clean up this force. Oh, some nice force fields once again, but roaches so strong against sentries. However, 2 roaches to 5-6 zealots isn't very good, so looks like NoNHaitii continuing to put on the pressure. He will be able to take out a lot of these roaches. And, you know, just killing the hatchery is going to be so huge. Oh, he's going to lose these 2 sentries, which is big. Sentries do indeed go down, and NoNHaitii will have to pull back without those sentries. Zerglings can get really, really nice surrounds when you don't have those force fields there. And so, it looks like he's just going to sit back by this pylon and hopefully reinforce. He's only reinforcing on 2 gates, which is so low. But he's floating about 500 minerals, so I suspect he's either going to expand soon or just throw down some more gateways. In fact, we do see a Robo Bay as well as 2 more gateways. He really wants those Immortals out since he saw those roaches. And, oh, these Stalkers getting into kind of a risky position. Looks like he's going to push these roaches back up to their creep. They can't really attack off creep. The Stalkers can kind of poke around and be annoying, especially without the glial reconstitution. It's not even started, as there is no layer for Gexzore. Gexzore in a pretty bad position at this time, actually. Let's look at the supplies. We have pretty even supplies. NoNHaitii is much farther ahead, of course. And he's both ahead in worker count as well as army supply. So NoNHaitii looking very, very strong, looking like he wants to take an expansion once he hits 400 minerals. Sitting at 4 gates in a robo, which is, you know, a pretty standard thing to have. And usually, you know, usually the Protoss player doesn't have that before the Zerg player even has 3 hatcheries, and Gexzore only really has 1. So NoNHaitii in a really strong position here. It looks like he's going to be able to do alright in this game. I imagine he can win it if he doesn't make any huge blunders. Looks like he's going to use these cannons to finally kill off these 2 pylons. He feels confident enough that he doesn't need them and he can build more when he wants to. And still not putting down his Nexus yet. I imagine he'll be saving up for that soon. I guess he wanted 1 Immortal out, which is smart if Gexzore tried to do another kind of all-in sort of play. He's been pushing a lot, attacking a lot, and it's kind of been hurting his drone count. So we see Gexzore doing a pretty good thing. He's taking a 3rd base. He knows he's economically behind, so he really needs that. He's also going to get his layer up, most likely for the Roach upgrades, as he really does need those to make them effective, especially now that there are Immortals on the map. And NoNHaitii just moving out once again, still not expanding, although now would be a good time to do it because he's going to be fairly safe as he pushes out. But he's going to see a lot of creep here, so he's really going to want this Observer out pretty soon, which is on its way, so he can deny that creep as best as possible. And because he doesn't want to engage on creep, he is going to be pulling back. And there are a good bit of Roaches, not too many Zerglings, so he can't really stream around and do that much damage, but you know, he has enough to defend, I believe. He did cancel that 3rd hatch. He was a little bit worried about it. I think that's a pretty wise decision. If Gexzore attacked, it would have been really hard to defend both his natural and his 3rd. The 3rd has a lot of surface area, while the natural really only has this ramp, and these rocks have to be killed for this to even be effective. So I like that Gexzore canceled his hatch. He really doesn't want to take any risks. Both players kind of poking back and forth, and now that the Observer's here, he can start trying to deny this creep spread, which is so important. Looks like we have some Zerglings over on the right side killing up a probe. Great play by Gexzore, denying that so that no proxy pylons can be placed and reinforcements can't be made. And with that being said, NoNHaitii's going to pull back to his natural where he did start his expansion. So it's going to have his expansion a lot later than Gexzore, but at this point, with this worker count and the supplies, well, you know, 25 workers to 22 of Gexzore. Zerg really wants to be sitting at about 40, 50. You know, ideally you want to be at 75, but when you 6-pull, what more can you ask for? So Gexzore really low on the worker count, and now that the 2nd Nexus is going to be here, and he's going to have 2 Nexi, both chrono boosting probes, his probe count is just going to skyrocket, and with that his income, and with that his army supply. And so even though the supply is a little bit in Gexzore's favor, I'm really kind of favoring NoNHaitii in this position. Looks like a pylon is going to be going down right here. I don't know why I stated that. No idea why I stated that. I just thought it'd be interesting. So it looks like Gexzore is going to be moving forward, trying to get up this ramp, but some great force fields going down, denying those Roaches from really doing a lot, and 2 Immortals here are just going to do tons and tons of damage to these Roaches. 1 Immortal kind of getting caught off guard, and tragically dying. Really should have been pulled back, which I think NoNHaitii was trying to do. And he's going to let a few more Roaches come up and force field once again, and just kind of bit by bit take out the Roach army of Gexzore. We can see the army supply for Zerg dropped heavily. He was ahead by about 20, and now he's behind by about 12, so some really great positioning for NoNHaitii, some really great force fields. And we do have 1 Roach. It's just going to be annoying up in the main. And he's just going to pick off the rest of this army. It looks like the Immortal will go down, but so will these Roaches and the Sentries. Some great pullbacks with the Sentries are going to allow them to live. NoNHaitii just in a fantastic position. Oh, this Immortal just completely destroying this Roach. And now the army supply is almost doubled for NoNHaitii. So, like I said, NoNHaitii just had to defend and get into a good position, and he would eventually get onto a better position. So he's looking great. The only thing that's really good for Gexzore is his creep spread. I'm really actually impressed with this creep spread. I know it's a bit late, 26-minute mark. It should be like down to here. But considering he 6-pulled and considering the little bit of creep denial up here, it's good that he continued to be active about it. So he can see what's going on up here, no proxy pylons, no army coming up. He can see what's going down here, going on down here, no army coming up, no proxy pylons, stuff like that. And so NoNHaitii's just going to pull back, take a third, try to take control of the watchtower. Ooh, it looks like he's going to be able to get some more roaches. The roaches going down, trying to target this Colossi, but the Colossi didn't even lose all his shields. The Colossi is doing just fine. And so he lost a lot of roaches there, really kind of wasted some supply trying to kill that. Really should have just pulled back and wait until he has a bigger army and, you know, better economy. And so NoNHaitiii knows he's just continually taking out small clumps of roaches, and so he knows that he has to be ahead. So he's just going to be pushing forward bit by bit, trying to take out as much as he can. The only thing that Gexzore can really do is just kind of run around this army. NoNHaitiii is taking a little bit of a risk engaging on creep, but he is trying to deny that, which is good. Looks like the roach is going to be streaming forward, targeting this Colossi. It does indeed go down. Now a lot of the sentries are taking hits as well. NoNHaitiii might have overextended himself a little bit, trying to pull those sentries back. Some great force fields once again, though. And it looks like he's going to be killing more and more roaches and running away. Yeah, that was kind of a blunder by NoNHaitiii. He really shouldn't have gone out that far with that many sentries and that few stalkers. He did lose a lot there, and now Gexzore's on the offensive once again, picking off as many of these sentries as he can. But once NoNHaitiii gets home, he'll get back with some more sentries as well as this Colossi, and once again force fields will prevent Gexzore from doing any damage there. And all this, it doesn't really matter that NoNHaitiii lost that much supply, because NoNHaitiii has a third base while his opponent doesn't, and Zerg does not want to be on 2 base while his opponent has 3. That's actually really terrible. You kind of want to be on 3 when your opponent has 2. Even if it's even 3 and 3, you're still kind of behind. So he is taking his third at this time now that he knows that this Nexus is here. And uh-oh, some great attack by Gexzore. He attacked the natural. Ooh, but a force field going down is going to prevent these roaches from going up into the main, but the roaches are going to be able to kill a lot of these sentries. Some force fields going down, trying to separate the roach forces, but they kind of slip through, trying to target down this Colossi. It looks like the Colossus will survive, but not before the Nexus of the third goes down, and now the Zergling's streaming in, which I don't think is too good of a decision. He's trying to pick up that Colossi, but he's just not going to get it. He should be happy with the fact that he took the third. Even some probes getting into the fray and attacking. So he managed to pick off the third, which is very good, but NoNHaitiii can just go out and re-expand once again. And now I imagine he's going to be a little bit more cautious this time and just kind of sit and defend. That's kind of the best thing he should do. Gexzore really producing a lot of roaches and Zerglings, really wanting to attack. And as soon as I say NoNHaitiii should defend, he's going to be moving out once again, which I really don't like. He's going to run into these Zerglings. Zerglings getting a nice surround, but having to pull back because of this Colossus. Oh, but they're going to stream around and try to pick off this third again. Oh, nope, just going to be running into the army where they get force fielded. I don't know. I don't like this play by Gexzore. He's really kind of throwing his army away. He tried to force field this ramp with some Zealot Warpins, but it didn't work. Oh, the Roach is trying to pick off these Colossus, one of them pretty low. Needs to be really careful with it. But it looks like these roaches are going to be picked off just fine, no problem. There's not too much in here. In fact, this cannon even going to be being useful. And the roaches go down very easily. So, once again, we have a third on its way, a third finished for Gexzore, but not really mining from it. Let's see what the income tab is. Income definitely in NoNHaitii's favor. Worker count 50 to 25. There's your answer right there. The army supply is ahead, which is okay, because they're close to even. Not exactly even, but close to even. But if a Protoss player is twice your supply in worker, so if you're at 52 and he's at 100, or in this case, if you're at 31 and he's at 52, you're not going to be doing too good at Zerg. The income's terrible. We can see he's only sitting at about 100 minerals right now, while his opponent is just like very quickly hitting 300 and spending it, hitting 300 and spending it. So these little attacks are just kind of wasted bit by bit, because even though they trade in supply, NoNHaitiii still stays above Gexzore, and it's just a lot of trouble for Gexzore. So I don't know what Gexzore is going to do, but I'm going to take a sip of water in the meantime, as things just kind of have calmed down a little bit. Quite a long game here, sitting at 33 minutes right now. Don't know how much longer it's going to go on, but I imagine NoNHaitii's just going to scout around, make sure there are no hidden fourths, anything like that and take a fourth of his own, and this is kind of adding insult to injury when you're at 4 base and your opponent is at 3, but really at 2. It's going to be so huge. Oh, this probe getting caught by these roaches. One thing Gexzore is doing that's really fantastic is he's so active around the map, and his creep spread allows him to find probes. His activity with his roaches allow him to find probes, and then pylons. These Phoenixes just going to be floating by, just seeing what's going on, and I think he's going to be very, very happy with what he sees. He knows that the drone count is super low, and he's only on 2 base, really, because he saw that third is mined out. So he's just going to be defending this 4th base. Some great force fields going down, preventing these roaches from getting up into the 4th, so they will be streaming down south, and so will NoN.hAitii. He should be able to defend this. Unless they get up into the natural, that could be very, very good for Gexzore. They are moving forward. The army of NoN.hAitii a little bit behind. Oh, he's not going to be able to force field his ramp this time, so he is just going to run him. Oh, actually he does, because NoN.hAitii is a total baller, and only like 5 or 6 roaches get up into the main. Looks like this Nexus will go down as the roaches are just kind of targeting it. Some nice force fields going down, but it's all in vain as the Nexus does die. But at what cost? Gexzore really kind of throwing his roach supply away just little bit by little bit. Once again, looking at the army supply, he's now both double in army supply and double in worker supply. So NoN.hAitii definitely in a commanding position, even researching Storm and getting High Templar, which is kind of funny because Storm isn't the greatest thing against roaches. They're a little bit more tanky. But at the same time, you know, the little clumps of roaches, it's going to be very, very easy to hit with storms and just absolutely crush. He's even getting a Dark Shrine up. There is a lair, but there's no evolution chamber, I believe. Yeah, no evolution chamber, so he can't make spore crawlers. He's really going to have to resort to overseers if NoN.hAitii does decide to get those Dark Templar. Might just be doing that for Archons. They're kind of cheaper Archons. But we'll see what he decides to do. Moving forward once again with his huge army, sitting at 3 Colossi. Good healthy number of sentries. And ooh, picking off a nice little clump of roaches. They're taking a lot of damage to the splash damage of the Colossi. He's going to be trying to run around. Ooh, it looks like he's going to get this Colossi off guard and pick it off. That's great play by Gexzore. But I don't know if it's going to be enough. He's going to... Honestly, the best bet might be for him to just rush the Protoss player's base, because this army is going to die very, very quickly. He will be able to target down one of these Colossi, but he's going to lose a lot of his roaches in the process. And slowly and slowly, NoN.hAitii's just moving forward, just slowly getting his grip on Gexzore's base, killing as much as he can. A nice little spine crawler here, but it's not going to do too much. It goes down very, very quickly. And yeah, it looks like NoN.hAitii's really got it this time. He's going to be moving up here. He knows there's not a base, but if he can deny more creep, he can deny more creep, and that is a very good thing to do. And I don't know why he's just not going for the third. He really can afford to. There's just kind of nothing there defending it except the queen. Going to be getting his immortals out because, well, roaches. And where did those Dark Templar get warped in? I don't see them. There's an Overseer in in the main, which is so funny. But it looks like they're just going to be running forward with some sentries and some stalkers. And are there any Overseers? There's only one, and it's in his main, so he's going to have to morph another. And roaches actually mixed into your army is very, very strong. Excuse me, High Templar. So these High Templar, they can just... Well, I guess they're just going to go for the drone count, but they could also go for... excuse me. Oh my gosh, and Gexzore just BMing super hard right there once he saw the High Templar, or excuse me, the Dark Templar. NoN.hAitii being very, very calm and mannered, just saying, okay, if I had an Overseer. Yeah, no, not exactly true, Gexzore. You are way, way far behind. He's moving his roaches forward. This roach army just going to get absolutely slaughtered by NoN.hAitii's army. He's even blinking forward. The roach is trying to force a base trade. Look at your Forge Fast expands. Gexzore says, well, it can't really be that bad when you 6-pool me. That's what NoN.hAitii should say. But more Dark Templar morphing in, picking off these roaches, and look at them. They're just taking tons of damage. They will be able to reinforce with this Overseer. He's going to contaminate this. Wow, money contaminate right before the Immortal finishes. That's actually really nice. Not that it matters. Oh, and NoN.hAitii coming back saying, well, I had to supply, so what are you going to do about it? And these roaches going to die. Gexzore very confused. It's very true. Haiti had 2 supply and Gexzore didn't win, so it's kind of Gexzore's fault in my opinion. Although Haiti did a very, very good job. I had 3 RTD, and I had to run all the way home. Plus you have CB. RTD, I don't know what that means. I don't know what CB means. Chrono Boost. Argue with a girl. Wow, maybe Gexzore is a girl. I don't know, but he just leaves the game without GGing. 41-minute game there. Kind of a little bit less. Gexzore kind of gave up. But yeah, congratulations Haiti for a great win. I don't know the story behind where this game fit into either your laddering or your tournament play, but congratulations regardless. And so I'm uploading this on Friday as I will be out of town this weekend, but still feel free to email me replays, and I will be getting those up on the channel every week, trying to get 1 or 2 games in a week. And also, NoN-league sent me a very, very nice overlay. I can't put in XSplit because my computer doesn't really like XSplit. It doesn't record very well, so it's not at the quality of Fraps. So I'm going to try to put the overlay in using another software if I can, and I may have to purchase another software to do that, but you know, it'll be totally worth it in the end. So anyway, I'm Cadoink. If you enjoyed this cast, please support NoN-eSports by subscribing to the YouTube channel, as well as following us on Twitter and checking out our official website, which all of that will be down in the description bar below. And also, if you want to support me, you can check out my YouTube channel at youtube.com/user/CadoinkStudios. I do a lot of pro replays there and other things, community casts as well. In fact, that's how I met the fine folk at NoN. They sent me their replays. I loved casting it. Now I'm their official caster, and it's a great thing. So please send us your replays, and please subscribe, please comment, please like the video, and I will see you guys next time.